Kevin Harvick has some sharp words for Kyle Busch over his speculative hints about reuniting with Joe Gibbs Racing. What's the real story here? Let's get into it. Kevin Harvick's sharp critique of Kyle Busch's speculative hints about a reunion with Joe Gibbs Racing has ignited a significant debate within NASCAR circles. Harvick's concerns focus on the potential damage to team morale and unity at Richard Childress Racing, questioning the strategic timing and intentions behind Busch's comments. This situation casts a spotlight on Busch's future and brings into question the broader implications for Joe Gibbs Racing, particularly considering potential successors for Martin Truex Jr. What could be the underlying reasons for Busch's public disclosures?
Yeah, well, I lost so much there, and then, when I got behind the car, I kept getting tied off the corner, and I couldn't run my line, so I'm ready to rip somebody's freaking head off.
Harvick criticizes Busch's public hints about dissatisfaction and a potential return to Joe Gibbs Racing, believing that Busch's comments negatively affect team morale at Richard Childress Racing. He views Busch's hints as potentially strategic, aimed at gauging interest from teams like JGR. Harvick expresses concerns over the impact on team unity and performance at RCR, questioning Busch's motives and the timing of his public statements. Amid growing speculation about his tenure with Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch's recent comments have cast a shadow.
I had no clue where third place was. I just thought it was a race between Larson and I, and when you start banging doors on one another, that's what it turns the race into, and it's fair game after that.
Shadow over his future in NASCAR. As the 2024 season progresses, Busch's reflections on his career choices have ignited widespread discussion among fans and analysts. His statement, "You're always wondering, is the grass really greener on the other side?" aimed at his former team, Joe Gibbs Racing, was initially perceived as a confirmation of his commitment to Richard Childress Racing. However, the subsequent 17 races have seemingly altered his perspective. Busch's performance and demeanor suggest a potential review of his current role. His remark during an interview with Bob Pockrass, "I would say anything is possible always," has amplified the uncertainty.
It stumbled getting into 4, but I'm not sure that made any difference. I was far enough offline, I was a groove and a half out of the way, and he just comes barreling on in there and blows through my door.
This ambiguous comment has led to increased scrutiny, particularly given his contractual obligations and the no-talk clause that binds him to Richard Childress Racing for another year. Harvick's reaction to Busch's statements adds another layer to this unfolding narrative. Harvick's public questioning of Busch's intentions highlights the tension within the sport and the potential outcome for team dynamics and driver morale. With 1 year remaining on his contract, Busch's future appears increasingly uncertain, and his recent backtracking on initial optimism has not gone unnoticed. The convergence of these factors creates a complex scenario for Richard Childress Racing. The organization must navigate not only the performance demands of the season, but also the internal implications of a potentially unsettled star driver. As speculation mounts, the spotlight remains firmly on Busch, his decisions, and their impact on the broader NASCAR landscape. Kyle Busch's recent hints at a possible departure from Richard Childress Racing have fueled intense speculation about his intentions for the upcoming NASCAR season. With Martin Truex Jr.'s retirement opening a seat at Joe Gibbs Racing, JGR, drivers across the board are evaluating their options. Busch's outspoken consideration of a potential reunion with his former teams, such as JGR or Hendrick Motorsports, HMS, has added a layer of intrigue to the silly season chatter. Performance issues, career longevity, team dynamics, market movements, and public hints all contribute to Busch's contemplation of a switch. Kevin Harvick, speaking on the Happy Hour podcast, critiqued Kyle Busch's public hints about leaving Richard Childress Racing as a potential sign of dissatisfaction and lack of commitment to his current team. Harvick's comments were direct, questioning Busch's motives and the impact of his statements on the morale of his team. Analyzing Harvick's response, it is clear that he views Busch's remarks as detrimental to team unity and performance. Harvick pointed out that by not expressing unwavering commitment to RCR, Busch might be signaling his readiness to consider other opportunities. Harvick stated, "I can see thinking that, but I don't know why you would say that unless you were not happy." He continued, "With Truex Jr.'s retirement, Joe Gibbs Racing faces the critical task of selecting a successor for the number 19 car, considering a variety of talented drivers to uphold their competitive edge." This change period offers JGR an important opportunity to fix and strategize for sustained success in NASCAR's highly competitive environment. Joe Gibbs Racing, a powerhouse within the sport, must carefully evaluate their options to guarantee the number 19 car remains a formidable contender. The decision will not only impact the team's immediate performance, but also shape its long-term trajectory. The choice of driver needs to align with the team's philosophy, competitive aspirations, and broader organizational goals. Evaluating potential candidates to replace Martin Truex Jr., Joe Gibbs Racing must consider a mix of experience, talent, and marketability to maintain their competitive edge. Among the frontrunners is Chase Briscoe, whose 125 Cup starts with Stewart-Haas Racing, SHR, demonstrate his experience and capability. The primary challenge lies in Briscoe's shift from Ford to Toyota, though an offer from a prestigious team like Joe Gibbs Racing, JGR, would likely be compelling enough to overcome this hurdle. Josh Berry, despite a less-than-stellar rookie season, remains a contender. His association with crew chief Rodney Childers could provide strategic advantages. However, JGR would need to weigh the risks of investing in a driver with relatively limited top-tier experience against the potential long-term benefits of his development. Noah Gragson has shown considerable promise in the number 10 car, making him a viable candidate. His strong performances, coupled with the financial backing of Bass Pro Shops, make him an attractive option. Gragson's marketability and on-track abilities could seamlessly fill the void left by Truex Jr. Intriguingly, Kyle Busch's name has surfaced amid the speculation. While seemingly improbable, the unpredictable nature of the NASCAR Silly season leaves room for such a dramatic return to JGR. Busch's extensive experience and proven track record make him a formidable option should the opportunity arise. Lastly, rising talents from the Xfinity and Truck Series, such as Austin Hill, Chandler Smith, and Corey Heim, offer fresh potential. While less experienced, these drivers present an opportunity for JGR to cultivate new talent, ensuring long-term success and sustainability for the team. The decision will unquestionably shape the future trajectory of Joe Gibbs Racing. The controversy surrounding Kyle Busch's potential reunion with Joe Gibbs Racing has elicited skepticism from Kevin Harvick, who suggests such hints may harm team morale at Richard Childress Racing. This critique highlights broader concerns about the possible impact on team performance and dynamics. The scenario raises significant questions about Busch's intentions and the strategic future of Joe Gibbs Racing, particularly in the context of finding potential candidates to replace Martin Truex Jr. And there you have it. The controversy continues to unfold with Kevin Harvick and Kyle Busch at the center. Will Busch make a move back to Joe Gibbs Racing, or will he stay put? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to NASCAR Insider for more NASCAR updates. See you next time.